Okay, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm just going to talk openly directly to the slides, and I'm going to be talking about what we're doing in Eritrea and how that sits in the greater Arabian-Nubian Shield. Just to put things in context, because this is a new area for most explorers, but actually I've been working here for, in particular, Eritrea for the last 20 years. So I'll see if I'm... So that's just the disclaimer. So this is the Arabian-Nubian Shield. So what you're looking at here in the grey is the rocks. Now I haven't broken them up into any particular parts, that's just to show you the scale and the scope of what we're talking about and the various countries involved. So you can see Saudi Arabia is almost half of the Arabian-Nubian Shield. And there's going to be a lot of Tier 1 deposits discovered in all of this area. This is way behind the rest of the world in terms of exploration because for various reasons over the last 100 years it's been very hard to get into any of these countries and explore. But if you look on the left-hand side here, you'll see a scale of comparing the West Australian Shield where there are hundreds of mines, the Canadian Shield, again, hundreds of mines, Tier 1 deposits, and this is the size of the Arabian-Nubian Shield. So they're absolutely comparable. But this is just highlighting the Tier 1 deposits that are known of or that are being mined in the Shield, and you can see there's only a handful. Now, interestingly, a lot of them are concentrated in Eritrea that you're seeing there. Now that's because Eritrea has been a mining-friendly place to go to, and I won't go into all the politics, but I've been working there for 20 years and I've been involved in some of these discoveries. And I think that what you're going to see now in this forum is fantastic because Saudi Arabia really has the potential to explode in the hard rock minerals discovery industry. But it's been very hard to know how to navigate, to come and navigate, make discoveries and build mines for outsiders. Eritrea has been open for business since I went in there in 2000, and I've been, as I say, involved in what are now mines there. All right, so I really think that this is a great time for the international community of explorers to be coming to a forum like this to pay attention to this particular part of the world. Because this is one of the last frontiers where it's actually, you don't have to be a very good exploration geologist to find stuff here. It's sticking out of the ground, quite literally. Okay, this is just a quick look at some of our people that are involved in the company. Now, importantly, Michael Hopley at the top there, he operated in Eritrea for about 11 years. And he was the CEO of the Asmara mining project, which has 4 deposits. They're VMS, orogenic gold. That's been permitted for mining, and that's going to be a big mining operation. And it's going forward with, it's owned by the Chinese now. There's myself, I've been involved in a number of discoveries in Australia and other parts of Africa as well as Eritrea. And then we have Chris, our CFO. We've got John Clark. He was the CEO of the Nevsun company, a Canadian company. They discovered and developed the Bisha mine in Eritrea. Now that VMS mine was discovered in 2003, started mining in 2011. They used all the cash flow from that mine to buy into and build up another mine in Serbia, and they sold out for nearly $2 billion just a couple of years ago to the Chinese. So Eritrea is a proven test case where you can make a discovery, you can develop it, you can build a mine, you can repatriate funds, and you can use the profits from that to grow a company to a completely different level. That's a proven test case. And the Chinese are now doing that, coming in and purchasing these other mining operations off the companies that discovered them. There's also a very large potash deposit that's got over 100-year mining life. That's permitted for mining and should be into construction shortly. Okay, that's the Kaluli Mine owned by Danakali. So Eritrea is off everyone's radar, but I've been there for 20 years. A lot has been happening, but because it's sort of away from everyone's attention. You're not seeing what's going on. That's about to change because of the opening up of the Arabian-Nubian Shield. Okay, that's just some of our technical people. We've also got this chap here, Scott Mckeig. Now what's important here is he was in Sudan for Qatar Mining, and he's the guy that identified and did the early development of the Jebel O'Hare porphyry copper deposit. So I actually didn't think there were porphyry copper deposits in Eritrea, never mind Sudan. That's changed, and I'll show you why. So this is our porphyry copper gold discovery we've just made. This is a virgin discovery by Alpha, and as I said, I was skeptical about the idea that porphyries existed in the Arabian-Nubian Shield. I thought a lot of that had been weathered away, but actually, no. They're there, and Jebel O'Hare was the start for me. I understand in Saudi Arabia there are 2 porphyry copper gold deposits. I don't know much about it, but I understand they exist on the Arabian side as well. Now what you're seeing here is basically a soil geochem map showing you the extent of the anomalism. There's a gold core and a porphyry envelope. That's 2 kilometres. We've focused our drilling currently in that yellow ellipsoid, all those red holes there. There's 3 sections. So we're just onto this discovery, and this will show you some of the results. So this is just showing that this is hand-drawn sections by Dr. Richard Silito, who's really the premier world authority on porphyries. We got him in there because, again, I was skeptical about what we were looking at. He said this is definitively a porphyry copper gold mineralized system, and you can see some of these results here where 70 meters. These are gold equivalents, so we're adding the gold and the copper together to give you a gold equivalent based on price. And you can see here we've got 70 meters at 1.1, 63 at 1.6, 70 at 1. These are big intervals, and they get better. We've got 108 meters at 2.19. And these 3 sections are only 80 meters apart, and you can see we've got consistent mineralization happening, and this is just the southwest end. This thing is open to the northeast, southwest, and down to dip. Now on top of that, so we've talked about an unusual porphyry copper gold discovery. We're also onto an orogenic gold discovery, which is about 7 kilometers due north of that porphyry. You can see some of these intervals here are really, really great. This is channel sampling. This is about a 4 by 2 kilometre area, and we've got mineralisation in sort of 5 areas running right through that. Some very, very good results, and I'm very happy to go through this in detail with anybody after the talk. But that's an orogenic gold system, and it looks like it's a big mineralised camp that we're onto here. There is not a single drill hole into this area yet. We're going to be drilling it in the next month and a half. So it's going to be a first phase of drilling there. On top of that, now we go to VMS. So in our property, which is 771 square kilometres, we've now got 3 types of genesis model that we think we're dealing with. A porphyry copper gold, looks very big. Orogenic gold, 4 by 2 kilometres. And now we're on to this, which we believe is a VMS, and you can see it's 3 kilometres long. When you form a VMS, it's like a layer cake, all right? It's formed on the sea floor, and it's pulses of sulfides. Now what happens if you lift that up and you weather it off? I think you should get something like this. This is linear anomalies in soils of copper and zinc with a little bit of gold in there. And we've had various consultants, independent consultants come in here, and they're going, yep, this looks like a VMS for sure. Now on top of that, we've done an IP, which is a ground geophysical technique to pick up all the disseminated sulfides which carry the copper and the zinc and so forth. And what you're looking at here is that 3 kilometre long trend. You can see the red dots there are the high-grade copper values that we've got on rock chips at surface. And that white and red image right down in the sort of centre there, that is a very strong IP anomaly. So we've got coincident surface geochemistry, IP, we're mapping gossans at surface, and that hasn't had a single drill hole into it, and that's also going to get drilling in the next 2 months. So we're poised to really go from what we've got already, a discovery of a porphyry copper gold system that looks very big. We've got a very large orogenic gold mineralization that we're going to put the first drill holes into, and then we have this volcanogenic massive sulfide where we've got copper and zinc and a little bit of gold. So we're in a very good position to finish. So anyway, that's it. That's really all I have to say. But I'm very happy to talk to anybody. I'll be around here for the next while. So thank you very much.